I'm currently the cyber leader for Adroit Insurance and Risk. And for the past 30 years, I've specialised in non-tangible risks like directors' liability insurance and professional indemnity insurance. Cyber is also a non-tangible risk, so it made sense for me to also specialise in that field. And I've been specialising in cyber for the last 6 years. Over the last 6 years, I've focused on tactics used by cyber criminals to target businesses, steps businesses can take to reduce their cyber exposure, and the security safety net provided by cyber insurance. And I really enjoy delivering those cyber solutions for our clients. Yeah, the cybersecurity landscape is forever changing. It's really dynamic, and cyber criminals are becoming more sophisticated every year. I expect that as AI expands, cyber criminals will become even more sophisticated. And so this means ongoing education is critical for me to stay up to date. I also have a really strong network of colleagues in the IT, legal and accounting fields, and we all share our experiences. We monitor what the cyber criminals are doing, and we then use those experiences to develop strategies and techniques to mitigate these attacks. Our data is in the cloud is a common misconception. There's a misconception that once it's in the cloud, it's safe and it's no longer penetrable. These days, almost every business uses cloud storage. This doesn't prevent them from being hacked. Data stored in the cloud can be accessed, it can be copied, stolen, or altered just as easily as data stored on a computer or on an internal server.
What are some of the biggest cyber threats facing businesses today?
Yeah, there are so many cyber threats facing businesses today. A cyber attack usually commences with system encryption. And once the criminals gain access to the system, they'll lock down the network, preventing access. That's then followed by a ransom demand to unlock the system. And to add further weight to their blackmail, the criminals will then threaten the release of employee and client private data on the dark web. The data release has two serious implications, being regulatory prosecutions by the Information Commissioner for a breach of the legislation, as well as reputational damage to the business. A cyber breach becomes public and then customers lose faith and take their business elsewhere. And then this results in loss of revenue, which can also cause the financial failure of a business. Thankfully, the right cyber insurance policy can protect the business from all these exposures that I've mentioned. At Adroit, we tell clients that the most simplest solutions are the best ones, and they're relatively easy to deploy and inexpensive. So our advice is human error accounts for over 40% of cyber breaches. That makes staff training critical to reduce these exposures. The Australian Cybersecurity Centre is a government organisation which provides excellent and free material for staff training. Another step is to understand what data your business stores. Is there old data that can be purged? Is there more sensitive data that needs increased security? And is staff access limited to their specific roles? These questions can help reduce your exposure to a privacy breach. Also, many or all software providers publish new weaknesses found in their products for businesses to update. Unfortunately, many companies do not do the updates and don't access the updates in a timely fashion, and cyber criminals use these weaknesses to start their attacks. Activating a software update within 48 hours of release will help reduce this exposure. And when a breach occurs and the system is encrypted, sometimes the only way forward is to rebuild the system. Having a quality backup process is critical to rebuild, and I encourage clients to back up their systems daily and to audit the backups on a monthly basis to make sure that it's working. All the experts agree that cyber attack is only a matter of when, not if. Therefore, at Adroit, we advise clients that cyber insurance is a critical part of their defence. A cyber insurance policy provides many benefits, including 24-hour IT support, public relations support to protect the brand, forensic accounting services to identify financial fraud, legal support to deal with privacy breaches. The insurance policy will also cover mandatory reporting to customers, as well as the fines issued by the Privacy Commissioner. The insurance will cover ransom demands by the criminals, as well as the cost of a negotiator to negotiate the ransoms down with the criminals. In addition to that, the insurance will cover the loss of profits following a cyber attack, as well as the expenses to rebuild your system. So cyber insurance provides the peace of mind to sleep easy at night, and when an attack occurs, it can save the business from financial ruin. Of course, yeah, this client was a small business in regional Victoria. They had $3 million in revenue and 12 staff. We received an urgent call from the owner on the weekend. When he tried to log into the system, he saw on the screen was a ransom demand from the criminals, and their system had been completely locked down. Within 30 minutes, we had the cyber response team contact the owner. The response team worked with the owner and the IT provider to manage their attack. And by the end of the process, the client received $280,000 in IT support, $50,000 for the ransom payment, $25,000 for the public relations costs, $135,000 to manage the privacy breach, and $120,000 to cover the loss of profits following the attack. In total, Adroit managed to support the client with over $610,000 following the breach. The client was extremely grateful from the support provided by Adroit and the insurer, and said that without the insurance protection, their business would not have survived the attack.